curry, and I will show how it's done. It's my own style chicken curry, and there's a lot of ingredients, so I hope you enjoy it. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna cook chicken curry in my own style. I usually just throw things in a pan and see how it turns out. This is the meat. It was washed with salt and everything, and now I also use a bit of lemon juice to clean it off, and it has a beautiful muscle structure now. This is chicken thigh. We have a lot of stuff to put in. Chicken broth, we have oyster sauce. This is half garlic and half ginger. A tiny piece, a teaspoon of mustard. Same goes for tomato ketchup, not too much. This is actually apple, Granny Smith's. This is red bell pepper. Onions. This is black masala. I also have yellow masala. It's a curry, of course. This is for how do you call it? Marinating, and the yellow is more for the sauce. Long bean, which is like a green bean, only long, and it's very Surinam like. Sweet chili sauce. This is very hot. It's Madame Chinette pepper. Cumin ground. This is 5 spices. Very nice, but not too much. Nutmeg, white pepper, sea salt. This is mixed juice with mostly orange. Here we have golden ox, sesame oil. We have Spanish peppers here. We have green onions. Those were left, so I cut them and I'm gonna throw them in. This is the Surinam curry powder, and this is the kunjit kurkuma. Just basically yellow stuff. Coriander powder. What else do we have? It's a lot of fun because I'm going to combine some stuff that usually isn't combined. I always like to try new stuff. This, for example, is more Thai. Usually you put this in the coconut oil. This is Laos sereh, which is lemongrass. Then we have lemon leaves. They are very sweet and I love them. This is salamblad, which is also a bit lemon-like, but not too much. So I'm gonna put the sesame oil in the pan and put the Thai herbs in it to make this one taste. Then I take the herbs out and put these in, and then a lot of other stuff. Come on, come on. So here we go. Okay, here goes nothing. Fire on. Then this is a very good brand, Golden Ox sesame oil. Love it. I cannot put the garlic and stuff in because these herbs, the salamblad, Laos and everything, I have to take them out because you can't eat them. So this is basically just gonna see what kind of taste there will be left after I fruit this in the sesame oil. I have never done that before. Love it. After that we are going to start with the herbs that are usually in it. It's the garlic, the ginger and everything. I also have a roux. As you can see, the roux, I put it on a pan, but the pan was heating and it had a skin on it. So I put a little bit of water in it, and when you put it eventually back in the sauce, then the salad, then it will go soft again. It's no problem. And if it doesn't, well, then we basically make a new one. Well, the sesame oil is extremely strong. The herbs are not really smelling yet, so I'm going to help them a bit. See, that's absolutely not possible. Okay, come on. Come on, very good. Laos is a kind of peppery-like thing. Lemongrass is a very eastern taste. Well, yeah, I finally, yeah, some taste is coming now. The lemon leaf, these ones, they are the best. If you put them in coconut oil, you have the most beautiful flavor ever. You can also put them in rice when you cook it, maybe 6 leaves or so, and then you will find a very good taste in the rice. Same goes for Surrey Laos. You can put anything in the rice, even tangerine or mandarin skin, lemon skin, orange skin. But make sure that the skin is washed, because when they are transported they have a lot of poison, so be careful. Well, this is an amazing smell. I've never smelled this before. It's lemon and sesame oil combined. I have no idea how that will turn out, but that's okay. I will take these herbs out. Yeah. And then we're going to fruit them a little bit more, and hopefully I will. I also never used sesame oil in curries yet, so that's also new. It's like Surinam, Thai and Korean taste at once. But that's okay. I love to try new stuff. It's all fusion food, and it's great for leftovers. Now we put the garlic and the ginger in the oil. Also the Spanish pepper. That's what I learned from Hong Kim. He is a Korean chef that also likes Chinese and Korean fusion. Now we fruited a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, now we can start. Let's see what we can do first. I will use the black garam masala, the black curry powder, to marinate the chicken before it goes in the pan. Okay? Just mix them a little, and they are a little bit sweet and great for marinades. Now what else do we have? Yeah, I think we can throw this in now. There's nothing else we have. Okay, we don't want to burn the garlic too much, so we well, there's one thing I can do, the onion, but I don't have space enough to cut the onion, so I will do it quickly. Okay, let's go. The red onion is for afterwards. I want it to be a little bit chewy, and I want the whole circles. It's usually garnished like vegetable. I will put it in the end. Onion, the onion, Japanese style cut, as I call it. Great for teriyaki. Put it in a little. Make sure the heat is touching the onion very shortly, because afterwards the onion will take care of itself. I don't want to hurt the garlic too much, so what I do is this. Now, I've learned from Hong Kim a little bit of soy sauce. I use light soy sauce, which is a little sweeter and tastier than black soy sauce. and less colorful, so then you get something like this. Very nice. Salt, pepper. There we go. This is sea salt. Very nice stuff. Then we have a white pepper. You can also do that over the chicken. Also very nice for baking. Not too much. I like a tiny little bit of this. 5 spices, Chinese herbs, really nice. Champion winners, but not too much. It's very dominant taste. So it has a big brother called 7 spices and a even bigger brother called 13 spices. I also have them, by the way, but I don't know where. I don't care. I do a little extra for taste. That's fish oil. I smell very heavily to red pepper here. I need to put it on the pan. Okay. Ventilation is very important. So you get something like this, yeah? Okay. Put in the chicken, boom. There we go. Okay. It smells very good. And go! Now this is chicken thigh, and you can bake it as hard as you want. They say it's not as tasty as the breast. It comes from the paw, but what I like about it is that chicken thigh doesn't go dry very much, and I like to combine this type of chicken with this one, because I tasted it in the city and I loved it very much. It's okay, yeah. Madame Jeanette is extremely hot, but it's very tasty. I cannot have it much for my stomach. There's also pineapple in it and Spanish pepper. This is enough for me for a whole meal, because I had a stomach problem. But it's very hot. A little bit of that, the whole meal starts to heat up a lot. Not everyone can handle it, so be careful with that. Okay, now let's start throwing stuff around like that. Okay. What I like to do is the apple to be put in here as well. It has to disappear a little, and it goes great with onions, and it's not very well, it is common in Dutch curries, so that's why I figured, you know, why not. The apple is it had to be eaten, and I need my vitamins, and it gives a very nice sweet taste. Salt is making a taste 3 times stronger, 3 times as strong. Sugar does it 4 times as strong. Together they are 12 times as strong. So I try to put salt and sugar in it from different sides. This is the apple, which is sweet, of course, and the fish sauce is salty. So okay. Now I could have done this sooner, but it can always be done. This is oyster sauce, and it does taste like oyster. Really sweet, salty, like very nice. And it is always a good idea to put that in. Not too much. So the curry has a lot of different flavors, I've heard that curry powder itself is already like 30 different spices together in one meal. I mean one powder, sorry. And it is very good for the stomach. So, what else do we have? I think, yeah, cumin tastes like unwashed feet. Very nice in a curry, but not too much, because a curry, I mean the cumin is a very strong taste, very salty, and like I said, it tastes like feet, but it's awesome if you combine it with the rest of the powders. I like a little bit of chicken broth, but that is like cheating, but you know, I don't care. Then we have this. Nutmeg is a very dangerous spice, just like cumin, but if you combine it with cumin and some other spices, then it disappears. Now we have the coriander powder. I like to add that as well. So, not too much. This makes the curry nice and yellow, and also the rest of the kitchen, as you can see. Curry powder is always a good idea, so add it as well. So now we form a coating around the chicken while it is baking. Same goes for the rest. But that's okay, I like it that way. So we start to add the vegetables and then the sauce, and then everything should be okay. This smells remarkably good. Now, we have something new that we didn't have before. These are very cheap, they are like 30 cents a piece or 33 cents a piece. Surinam people use similar stuff. This has a little bit like corn in it. It's kind of yellowish. It's so good. How do you call it? The dough inside is incredibly soft. Really nice. Oh yeah, about the chicken thigh. The chicken thigh meat is a little bit more rubber-like, and the chicken breast has a little bit more taste. But the problem with chicken breast is you can only cook it really fast, and that's it. With chicken thigh it doesn't matter, even if you would heat it up for an hour, still is a bit rubbery, it's flexible, and that's the way I like it for the bread. But if you manage to have a chicken breast, the chicken fillet as they call it, for a short time, then it is much better for that sandwich. But that's your choice, you know. No chicken curry is the same. Just do whatever you like. Okay. Well, we have the herbs. They can go away. Let's see, what else do we have? Hallelujah. This is always a great party for me because I throw in everything I like, and it's always good. We had this, we had that. Oh yeah, this is a little trick I learned from Mansi. That's it. Sometimes if you want an extra addition to the taste, you can put a tiny little bit of mustard, which is very strong. And nothing more than this. This is even a lot. You just mingle it in, so you won't taste it, but it does make it a more full flavor. So then we put in the vegetables like this. Bell peppers like to be cooked for a long time, softly, not too hard, but also grilling them is very nice, only well, they all react in a different way. I love to roast them usually with some fish oil. But when the fish oil dries up, it gives a really terrible smell. So be careful with that. I'm going to use medium heat now. Yeah. Well, we will be busy with this sauce for a long time. So my guess is that the paprika, the bell pepper, just needs a lot of heat. And you leave it alone, and it will be just fine because of the heat. Oh boy. Should be careful. These are the long beans. They are very tough and they need to be cooked for a longer time, not too much. You can also bake them whatever you like. What else do we have? I think we have almost everything. Yeah. Combine. This can go away. What I also like is this. It's a special wok oil with onion and garlic and ginger. Gives an extra taste, not too much, just a drop. You like honey? It makes things more shiny and it's very sweet. So, wow! As you can see, you can already see in the color that this is a very strong taste already. See? So we don't do too much in it anymore. But that will go softer when we put the roux in, which has no taste at all. So, what do you think? What do you think? Huh? This is my curry, and it has a nice heat. You can these long beans, they don't really have to be completely cooked. They don't have to go soft. If they have a little bite, that's okay. And the heat will give them enough softness to eat. So don't worry about it. Just let this go for a while. These are spring onions, Korean style, but we put them in the end because I don't want them to go soft. They can go a little bit slimy. It's more like a garnish. There was something else I forgot. Where is it? The red pepper flakes. Oh, here they are. Red pepper flakes is completely Korean, as far as we know, and I think this will give a great twist to this Hindu Suriname-like dish. But not too much, because I don't want it to. So little is always fun, you know. Yep. Oh wow, you can hardly see it. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Because then we got yellow and red. Yep, there we go. Okay. So then we get this. Yeah, now this is what I like my curry to be. Wow, it's a very special taste. I don't think it has to cook much more now. So, what else can we do? Tomato ketchup. This is just, you know, it's fun. Not too much. It's a bit sour and it's very tasty and you know, it's funny. Okay, then we have this. I like this very much. Sweet chili sauce goes very well with curry, I've noticed. It's a bit slimy and gives a nice twist to a curry, I've seen. So, yeah, it's really good. I didn't use 5 spices a lot, so I'm gonna see if I can put a little bit more to it, like that. Really be careful with that, because it's incredibly strong. Now, yeah, this is it. totally it. Yeah, this is it. This is what I call beautiful. Now, as you can see, it's very watery, and it's all very strong. How do you call it? Very strong herbs in it. So, but it's okay. I'm gonna soften it with this. This is the roux I demonstrated in my other movie. Well, let's see what happens if you ruin a roux, a ruined roux. Like I said, it goes stiff eventually, but that's okay. What you need to do is give it heat and just mingle it with the sauce. As you know, the sauce itself was a bit watery, and that is great for my roux. And also I add this. This is very nice. I have never tried it before, but Suriname people sometimes use the orange juice for things like pom and stuff. I'm going to try it to see what happens with that. Yesterday I made a lot of juice from frozen fruit, so it has mandarin zest in it, which is very nice, very strong. As you can see, the roux is already surrendering to the heat. See? And it starts to break down. See, very easily. And this is what you want. This is a good example for what happens to a roux when it's heated up again. So don't worry about it. Everything will be okay. Just keep stirring until it surrenders. There we go. This is it. Wow, very strong taste. Smell, I mean. Yeah, this is it. Totally. Okay, now I'm going to show you the inside of a sandwich, so you get a picture of what it's going to be like. You just cut it over like this. On the wrong side, yep, and then you get something like this. Well, as you can see, this is a sandwich, and it's extremely soft and flexible. Usually you can put butter in it, but I don't like it. Usually they put the sambal there. You can have a cucumber, which I have, a pickled cucumber. You can what else? You can put cucumber in vinegar with sambal. Oh, I do have that. Yeah. Vinegar with sambal and sugar. It's a very nice combination. A little bit of sambal never hurts anyone. Oh, by the way. This goes on my sandwich, like that. This is how they do it in the shop. They make it nice and red, as you can see, and you just tie all the sambal over the sandwich, and there you go. Now you can also use the garnish like that over it. I made something really special. This is actually rucola, and it tastes very good. With Korean herbs in it. Very strong taste. Oh, yeah, very strong. But also, I'll explain that another time. It was the thing I posted, by the way. Cheers! Okay, now the roux should surrendering soon. No, not really. It's okay. You can also put potatoes in it, and then you have a kind of a roti. Oh, wow, strong taste. You should not do this with a coated pan, with a heat coat in it. It's very bad for your pan. Metal on a coated pan, not a good idea. But it is, in this case, it's like an emergency, because the roux is not mixing very much as I liked it to be. So we give it a hand there, so it doesn't bother us too much. Just don't touch the edges of the pan. And this is very, very nice. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's okay for me, I guess. And then I had something else. Just remember. Totally forgot about these champions. Not really welcome in curries, but you can put Chinese mushrooms in it. Like shiitake or something. Chinese mushrooms are like black and rubbery things. Pretty cool. But I don't have that. I haven't seen it for a long while, by the way. You have to weld them to a little bit of this as well. Okay. Now, what else do we have? I think we got everything. Yeah. Okay. Bread is waiting. This is cool. That is cool. Okay. Now I'm gonna yeah, put the red onions very small. Sorry, I can't show you, but I'll do that another time. The way I cut my onions is a very special way. That's it. Like this. Circles or half circles, you know, that is how I like my onion. Now you can put them in afterwards. Yeah, I guess so. Crunchy. These are homemade pickles and cucumbers on herbs, and there's always Madame Jeanette in it. It's really nice. They are very sharp, so I have to be careful with them. Look how they became really beautiful. Now, what you do is take one of those pickles or cucumbers and put it on the top part of the sandwich, like this. A little bit like that, you know. I thought that there was enough green beans in it, but I have some leftovers. I want to put it back in the freezer, so let's put them in there. Also very nicely trimmed, and they also put that on sandwiches as usual. Let's give them a little bit of heat. Now the orange juice is pretty dominant, and it is a little bit too much if you ask me. So I will wait till the taste is not so hard anymore. It's very sour, very lemon-like. So I will balance it with a little bit of this sea salt. Sugar also goes well in curries, and it breaks down a lot of molecules, just like the salt. Don't overdo it, and just keep it quiet, and I'll be back for the sandwich. Now, I think this is pretty cool. Where is my lid? No. I will put this on. Now all the tastes are becoming friends and not so radical anymore. And then we can put it on the sandwich. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to show you how to make up the sandwich, which is not really very interesting. See you soon. Here we are again. As you can see, the fire is off and the curry starts to thicken a little bit. Not enough, but that's okay. It's nice and soft. I've tasted it, it's very nice. Now you have to make sure that it's going to taste exactly the way you want it. And that is something only you can do. You know, this is your curry. Don't let anyone else decide how it should taste, unless you cook it for them, of course. Green onions. I've never tried this in a curry yet, so in it goes. It's a little bit Korean, of course. And we push this in the sauce. You can also use it as garnish, but I want to taste it like this. A little bit of green onion flavor is very welcome in my curry, because I am the boss of this curry and I am the only one who's eating it. So if it isn't good, then well, I will still eat it, because it has a lot of vitamins and good meat, and I need my vitamins and minerals. There you go. Hey Poes! Hallo Poesie! Hallo, moet je even hallo zeggen tegen de camera. Kijk, dit is my cat. Hello. He will also be part of my cooking shows. Say hi. Bye! Okay, now we take the sandwich and we take the spoon and put a little bit of stuff. Yep, like that. Oh, check this out. Yeah, there you go. Now a little bit more meat. Eventually this sauce will thicken up. That's better for a sandwich, but for now it's okay. Yeah, baby. Oh, nobody has ever made this. Now I have a bit of this, the red onions, always good, and there's a lot of stuff you can put on it, if you will, but this is okay for me. Check it out. You like it? I sure do. Bye bye for now.